We believe it is really important also to create a biennial or an exhibition that really appeals to the people when they come. We want to put in an exhibition that is made for people to come visit that artistic quality to the forefront, so people can immediately make a connection, feel something, enjoy something, get inspired. That doesn't mean that there is not a theoretical foundation behind it, but I think that's maybe the basis. But when it comes to creating a visual exhibition, the artistic side and that human side should really be at the forefront.
I think that one of the things very unique about this biennial is that it is embedded in a collecting institution with a remarkable collection. And it would have been a missed opportunity not to engage with the collection, learn about the different art histories and movements, important positions and practices that are represented in it, and somehow think of them as another impulse, as another line that also weaves through the biennial and brings another layer of embeddedness of the concept, of the theme in this particular setting. The search for identity is not only something that you see here in Taiwan, and perhaps at this moment in time we are seeing a certain surge of attachment to specific rigid identities. This is something that you see in many places, and it happens in different moments in time. It happens in different ways. Sometimes it becomes very militant, sometimes it recedes into the background. But I think this question of who am I and where do I belong is a very, very fundamental question that is at the core of our self-definition as human beings. And therefore, one could think of it as a very universal expression that is very much related to what makes us human, the self-awareness, the self-consciousness, but also as a very distinct experience that always manifests itself within the geopolitical, cultural, and historical framework in which we operate. So the puppet for us, from the life of Li Tianlu, as depicted in the film of Hao Suzian, depicts a life of devotion, an artist who finds a kind of stability, cultural identity in this art form when everything around him is changing. And with Chen Yingzheng's short story, My Kid Brother, it's about those who are left behind. This young man could not cope with the transformation and ended his own life. And maybe yearning sometimes can become overwhelming if it does not find an expression. And then the third source with Wu Mingyi's Stolen Bicycle, the idea of a man trying to find his missing father by looking for his lost bicycle, becomes a beautiful meditation on history, on identity, on the place of your own family and your own biography within the bigger collective history. They resonated with us. They allowed us to have tools, forms, visuals that echo that theme of yearning in a very locally embedded manner. I think that art, like many other things in life, is the result of lived experiences. So for us, whether you arrive to that goal or not is secondary. It is really about that distance in between, where perhaps that pursuit becomes the place where you find yourself and you learn something about yourself, and you keep on yearning for other things along the way, but you keep on growing as you are yearning as well. And this is something you see in the biennial with this global selection of artists, both from Taiwan, but from many other places, 37 cities across the globe. You will find that a lot of the works deal with issues that are relevant to those contexts, and some of them are even more global.
In many ways, art is an expression of a sentiment that you cannot really find in words. So great art often starts when the language starts to fail to express something that you don't know how to say it in a different way. You really need art to say something. So in that sense, I strongly feel that many artists express feelings of yearning or longing or something that they're trying to understand or come to terms with themselves in this particular artistic way, whether it's something from the past, about a reality that they would like to reimagine, about maybe imagining a different future to live in. One thing that is very special about Taipei and Taiwan is that it is an island. And the theme, Whispers on the Horizon, is also a direct homage to that. So when you go to the coast, you see the horizon line, and perhaps you imagine a trip, you imagine someone coming, you're imagining traveling there. Going to that horizon is, however, never possible. The closer you go, the further it goes. So it also relates a little bit to this fact that here there is an island, and what we can bring internationally is perhaps a different perspective, different artists to engage in this dialogue and jointly find out to hear what's actually been on the horizon and what might be coming in the future.